Welcome everyone to another episode of Brightside. Today we are here at Carnglaze Caverns, which is... where are we? Where is it?
Between Bunnymen and Liskeard.
Carnglaze Caverns is made up of 3 caverns, which are all man-made.
It's as a result of a slate quarry. There's a car coming.
Oh no! We're about to get killed. Let's move. Anyway, as we were saying before we were about to get killed by a car,
It's part of a slate quarry.
No, I've never been here, you've never been here. So, a little bit of wood trimmage. Carnglaze Cavern tickets. Doesn't appear to be anyone in there. If ticket office is unstaffed, please call at house. Okay. No, we have pre-booked, haven't we? We pre-booked our tickets last week. We were just chatting to the lady who's booked us in. This whole area is a plethora of metal sort of quarries and mines and whatnot. I've got to remove my faithful cap. Got this wedged between my knees. So this is actually a privately owned venture. This is the owner's residence, and we booked in just over there in that office. Tree surgeon's here, by the way, cleaning up some storm damage. There are some nice gardens that you can stroll around and a nice woodland walk. So hopefully we'll see if we've got time to do that later. Right, we have been given this wooden
We're here.
map. Yes.
And then we're going to follow it round.
Yeah, so basically it's all numbered with lots of information. Well, let's
go check it out.
Let's get in there. Bits and pieces here along the garden. This is very pretty, isn't it?
Tilly would love it.
Tilly would love it. Kids are in school, by the way, if you're thinking where are the kids. Oh, waterfall there, just coming over that little cliff face. Alright. Ooh, drippy, drippy. So one thing they have asked us to do, even though it's not mandated as such by government anymore, we have moved beyond the pandemic lines, but because of the air inside a cave, it doesn't really get much movement and airflow, so they have obviously requested that we do wear a mask. Right. I don't know about you, Shelley, but I like a good cave.
Yes. So this is...
Ooh, bit backlit.
This is like we're here.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look around this bit. So they do concerts and all sorts down here, and I imagine the acoustics are amazing.
So it's like a bar here. Obviously not open currently. But as Shelley said, events are put on. You do get some live events and bands and stuff that are invited to perform here, which is really cool. Welcome to the Slate Mine at Carnglaze. They first came underground from the quarry floor outside in the 1700s. Alright, so it's been a site for quite a while.
So the lady, the owner, was telling us that this is a small range of some of the different minerals that can be found here.
Crikey, a small range.
This isn't everything,
No.
apparently.
Well, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce half of them because I can't. Oh, topaz. I can pronounce that one. Gosh, there's quite a lot here, isn't it? Look at this. What is that? So these are fossilised cuttlefish. Wow. Huh. Ooh, look, a bone. Tin, obviously, in Cornwall. Manganese, that's another one I can pronounce. Oh, copper, I can pronounce that one. Can you pronounce any of the ones that are like ridiculous? Like what's this?
That's fireite. Right, no. By Hotaiti? No. Short answer, no, I can't pronounce them. Quartz.
Yeah. Morian quartz? Morian. Sounds very sort of like Lord of the Rings. So, amethyst. Red hematite. Included giant quartz cluster. One thing I will never be is a geologist. How you doing, man? You just hanging out? You gonna have a pasty? You got a pasty in there somewhere? Because you've been working hard. Alright, you enjoy. Nice meeting you. So there's a little display here with some rum. During the Second World War, the Royal Navy kept rum in here, in this first chamber, which has now been converted into a theatre. But how about that? How much rum?
It was considered, just reading the sign, which you won't be able to see with the camera, it was considered much safer than Plymouth, which was heavily bombed during the war.
Ah, well, I'm a bit backlit there. Yes, of course, yeah, Plymouth would have been, yeah.
Wherever they hid the rum, in various locations around the British Isles, they also hid national treasures too, such as the crown jewels and valuable artworks.
So this is the first cavern that has been made into a stage. You get some musical acts that play down there. You can't go any further because it's roped off. But that's very cool. What a cool place to see a band. What band would you like to see here playing? Who would you like to see in there?
Oh, I don't know. Someone with good natural acoustics.
Ah, Napalm Death. Difficult to see with a light, but you can actually see a galvanised steel dragon made by Daniel O'Connell. Huh, made in 2015. How about that? Very cool. So what an awesome place to have a drink. Look at that. A bar in a cave. Right, so we've done that little loop of the first cavern. There's the main entrance. Now we're going to go down these steps.
So if you look on the map, we've done this bit.
Yep.
We're heading down these steps.
Yep.
So that I think she said this was 15 and then this is 50.
50, yeah, it's quite a lot of steps here, yeah.
So we're going to be very careful on the slightly wet, slippy steps.
Yeah, so it is a bit damp. We've got to make sure your footing is good, and we've got the hard hats. We are equipped and ready. Blows my mind to think that this is all like dug out. Do you know what I mean? Look at that down there, that's huge. Wow, I'm not sure if the camera can really do it justice, but that is quite a big cavern. And these are the 15 steps, so well, let's go. Wow. This is impressive. Like I said, to think that this is all man-made, this is all carved out as part of the mining heritage here in Cornwall.
It's all backfill as well.
Yeah.
It actually goes down another 9.5 metres.
Oh wow. Oh gosh, right, so it would be a lot deeper if none of this was here.
This was all just chucked back in.
Wow.
So all of the slate, according to this sign, all of the slate underground was moved by people because you couldn't expect horses or donkeys to work on the uneven slate ground. So
Right.
everything that was shifted in here was shifted by people now.
Yeah. Gosh. Wow. Amazing. can't believe that a lot of all this, what we're standing on, is backfill.
Yeah.
Look, imagine that having to haul that around. How many tons of stuff? Unbelievable.
So again, just reading some of the information leaflets, it's not very easy to show you because of the lighting in here, that they didn't bother with ladders, they would use the backfill. So they would let it pile up, do what they had to do, let it pile up.
Yeah. Well, health and safety first, right? Like this, from 1903 until the rum was stored here during World War II, colonies of bats took up residence in the caverns. Sadly, they didn't like the fumes from the rum and moved away. So very difficult to pick out there in the distance, but there are some, like...
There's 3 men.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so
the light that you can see...
So 1, 2... and then a third one there. They're like mannequins, like of miners, to, I guess, show you what it would have been like.
So that light though is 5 candle power. So that's the equivalent to 5 candles.
So that light is the equivalent of 5 candles?
Yeah.
Right. And is that the kind of light levels that they would have worked under?
Yeah, they would have only had candles.
Yeah, yeah. At the far end of this cavern, there are some more miners. It's like this little small lake here. There is a bigger lake apparently in the 3rd chamber, which we're going to explore in a minute, but look how clear that water is. You can just see, even in such low light levels, you can just see right down through to the rocks forming the lake bed. That's amazing.
So this is the baby pool. That's what it's called on the map.
The baby pool, okay. Huh, alright. So apparently they stopped digging in this direction, stopped mining, because actually the slate became poorer in quality. So that's as far as they ever went. So apparently it's a bit of an optical illusion reading the information. This water is actually 2 meters deep. That's like 6 foot. Doesn't look it. Right, so moving away from that pool, heading to the mother pool. That's the steps that we came down. So they've got like a one-way system here. Now we can amble around as much as we like. There's no time limit. We could stay in here literally all day if we chose to. The camera's having such a hard time to focus on things. Okay, now we all know that I like my information placards. The archway. The slate at Carnglaze is a very strong and stable rock. As you can see, the roof is able to be unsupported to a considerable height and width. Right, so I assume this is the archway. Oh yeah, look. See how smooth that is as well. I can't quite reach it. I know, just on my tippy toes I can reach it. Right, so here, oh gosh, look how deep that is. So we had to activate a light switch to see this, and then we turn it off when we're done. That's amazing, isn't it? A chain there hanging. What's all that about, I wonder? Let me zoom in on that chain. Just hanging from the roof of the cave. Reading the information, it is 9.5 meters deep. Gosh, that's a good 30 feet, isn't it? That's as tall as a house.
Yeah. So it is an optical illusion in the fact that it doesn't look.
No,
that deep.
It doesn't look like you could fit a house down there. So yes, it is, isn't it? Gosh, it's amazing. Apparently the homeowners who live just outside, apparently they are not on mains water. They take it all from the mine. So Shelley's just read that that chain was part of a pulley system for hauling out the slate. Apparently it is a stable 10 degrees Celsius down here, all the time. You can get married here, that's good to know. Way back in 1984, the British rock band Echo and the Bunnymen had a famous photograph of themselves taken on a boat out on that lake. And that album was called Ocean Rain. Do you know what I love about caves and caverns? When you just stop and listen, you just get a little bit of an odd drip from the water dripping down from the roof of a cave, but it is just silence. I love that. Good to know. Alright, so Shellbell's just turned those lights off. Just another sweep looking back onto the cavern from the top of the steps. Very cool. Oh look, there's Shellbell.
Yeah.
Alright, heading out. All this water just dripping off of the cliff here. I really like that.
It was really pretty actually.
You felt that you were exploring.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was good. It wasn't quite as big as I thought it was going to be, but it was no less dramatic. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, those pools of water, the colours, I mean, so deceptive. That big pool, what was it called? The mother pool.
9.5 metres deep.
I mean, that is the height of a house. I mean, that's 30 feet.
I didn't look at it.
That's crazy. Yeah, super duper. Right, so we're going to return the maps and the hard hats and try and find the Woodland Walk. Right, so we have just returned the helmet and the map, and we're going to head for the path now, which we can see. Which will take us onto the Woodland Walk and an Enchanted Dell. Right, the Brightside would not be the Brightside without this.
I'm going to have to get a hat, aren't I?
I don't know, I just wear baseball caps.
You're going to have to get one.
Who? What really? Well, you can do if you want. What team?
Team Shellbell.
Right, so bit of wayfinding. There is the homeowners, and you walk past their house to get down into the caves, and just here then is the Enchanted Dell and Woodland Walk. So let's go. Little seat there, currently not in operation. I know we're in a valley, but it's actually a really windy day today, but you know, there's hardly a breath of wind. Ooh, watch your foot in here. More steps, yeah, watch your foot in here. I'm liking this. I do like a good old explore. I think this might just be a little loop. This little path. Oh, there's a little fairy there. Look like she's doing some thinking. You thinking on something? You're thinking, who the heck are these people? So the dell is to the left, the Woodland Walk is to the right. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? I'd imagine that sort of when this place was closed to the public, the people that own it would come up here and sort of relax and chill, have a barbecue. Look, they've got like a house. That's very cute.
So what the sign says
is
that the children of St Leot's School
built
all the houses with help from the groundskeeper here.
Ah.
The fairies still living.
Nice. Now we're turning in this direction to do the little Woodland Walk. So as we said earlier in the video, there is a tree surgeon here doing a little bit of work because of the storms that we had a few weeks back, making the woods safe, and I think they had some diseased ash trees as well which had to be felled, so that's a shame. But apparently he's nowhere near the actual trail, so we shouldn't encounter him with his chainsaw, because let's face it, that would be very frightening. Particularly a couple of nights ago I saw the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now Shelley, if any bridge is going to have you-know-what under it, it's going to be this one, isn't it? So a throwback to some older videos, we're going to say this: trolls! Just come across this, a tin adit entrance, one of many adits and shafts in the woods.
Being protected by a dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a little dragon there. There's a little plaque here that says, "Dragons, dragons, guard our holes and save us from carnivorous trolls." I told you there were trolls here, right? Oh look, see the back of see the spines of a dragon in the water over there, look. Little bench where you can rest your weary legs after climbing up all those steps, and particularly if you've done the cavern first, with all the steps in there. This is like we're in the backwoods of Tennessee. Hubert's house. The question is, who is Hubert? It actually looks like a Hobbit Hole, yeah. That's very cool. It's got a little table, so you could put a little bed over there. I wonder if that's Hubert. Just come across a former badger set, now collapsed. I hope there were no badgers in there when it collapsed. That would be uncomfortable. So this viewing platform offers a vantage point of St Neot. Oh yeah, I can see it already. And there it is, St Neot. See the church. I don't think I've ever been to St Neot, so I couldn't really describe it, so I won't. All I can point out is the church. Lovely view. A face right up in that tree. Well, we're going to leave the video there. Beautiful! I've never been here before and I was really impressed. The Woodland Walk that we've just done, very picturesque. Helped it's a nice calm day.
But it's £8 for adults.
Yep.
There are concessions available. You can check it out on the website. We'll put a link to the website in the description as well.
Yep.
But absolutely worth the visit. It's quite steep at places.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not...
yeah, make sure your footwear is pretty good.
And you need to be fairly robust in your
abilities. Like us.
If you're in a wheelchair, unfortunately this place isn't going to be suitable for you, but it is a slate cavern, so... Well,
yeah, that's right. So that's going to do it for today. Do give the video a big thumbs up, do subscribe to The Bright Side, it really does help the channel grow. Hit the notification bell and you'll never miss out on any video that we post. We're on social media.
Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at The Bright Side.
So check us out there as well. So from us to you, cheers and gone.